What's going on, family and friends? Welcome back to Built by Plants. I am your host, Naj, or Naji, whatever you prefer. So I came across some good information today, and I just want to be able to come on here pretty actively and share the new things that I'm finding out and how y'all can apply that information to your life. So before we get into that, make sure you all tap that like button as you all come in. If you're watching a replay, tap that like button, comment down replay so I can know that y'all watching it. And then in addition to that, tap that subscribe button. All right. I know a lot of people are coming in. A lot of people that are actually watching aren't subscribed. So sometimes the videos will show up in your feed, even though you're not subscribed. So make sure that y'all hit that subscribe button so you can get all the videos and notifications and things like that every time I go live and every time I post a video. All right. So y'all can stay on top of the latest plant-based news and also all the tips, the strategies, everything that you all need to do a plant-based diet successfully and reach your body goals while you doing that. All right. So what I want to talk about today is a couple of things. I came across this article on VegNews about 7-Eleven. So 7-Eleven released a new sandwich, a new breakfast sandwich, and it seems pretty interesting. The downside of that is that it's not in the states. All right, it's only overseas, or not overseas. I'm sorry, it's only in Canada currently. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a look at that. We're gonna open it up, get into that, and see what we can learn from it. But more importantly, even if you don't have this type of sandwich around, a lot of us are traveling around. We're going, state to state, city to city. We travel for, careers and such, and we don't always have that availability to cook consistently every single day. So I want to share some insight as far as can you actually still lose fat while dieting, right? Can you still lose fat while eating that vegan fast food spots, vegan restaurants, things like that? All right, so we're gonna hop into that. But first, let's take a look at this article. Let's open it up right here. Okay, here we go. So, 7-Eleven. First vegan breakfast sandwich taps Just Egg, Impossible, and Violife. You can try it at 550 stores. Okay, so a hearty vegan breakfast sandwich is now available on a menu at 7-Eleven locations in Canada. A first for the international convenience store chain. Okay, let's scroll down to some of the more important stuff. The new sandwich, the new sandwich, is made with Eats Just. So that's what it's actually called. It's called Eats Just. Because I always thought it was Just. I thought the name of the brand was Just, but it's Eats Just. Interesting. It's made with Eats Just mung bean based just egg. All right, cool. So it's the folded kind. Y'all can see that right here in the image right there. Impossible Foods plant based breakfast sausage and Violife dairy free cheddar. All right, all served on the English muffin. That actually looks pretty fine. I'm not gonna lie. That looks pretty decent. You got the Just Egg. You got the Impossible. You got the Violife cheese. I don't know if y'all tried Violife cheese, but it's pretty lit. I actually like Violife. Violife is pretty good vegan cheese. So that's pretty cool. So this is only in Canada currently. This is in British Columbia. This is in Alberta. I don't even know how to say this word. I'm not even gonna try. Um, Manti, Manti, Manitoba, and then Ontario. So this is pretty cool. This is cool. It's just making the world more plant based. You know what I mean? And I like that. I like the fact that more plant based options are popping up around the world. It's just going to continue to grow. So I'm not going to dive too far into the article, all right? Because one, it's not here in the states, so I'm low key kind of jealous. I actually do want this available here. It's a pretty dope picture. But yeah, let's see. While there are a variety vegan snacks at all the stores globally, the convenience chain has become more intentional with its plant based options, particularly in Canada and Asian Pacific region. Hmm. Okay. Last January, 7-Eleven Canada explored plant based chicken on its healthy to go menu. The vegan chicken offered in orders of three tenders. That's interesting. made by Life Foods, a brand owned by Greenleaf Foods, a subsidiary of Canadian Meats Giant Maple Leaf Foods. Okay, interesting, interesting. So this is pretty cool. It looks like it's also in Hong Kong, Singapore. They got some in Australia. So basically, this is happening all around the world for the most part. Tons of options are popping up all around the world, which is really cool. The question is, when is this coming to the states? When are we gonna have this type of food available here at the convenience stores for 7-Elevens? Because I much rather people have these type of options at convenience stores for when they on the go. Because I have a lot of clients that have been truck drivers. I've worked with lots of different people, right? And that's their number one spot. The number one stop, they stopping at the gas station. They're looking for something convenient because they got to get back on the road. They're gone for days at a time. And, I give them the tips, I give them the game as far as what they can do to make sure that they stand on track with their goals. But sometimes they just want something quick, you know what I mean? Or you may just be out, right? Maybe you forgot to eat your lunch or you forgot whatever it may be. It's Friday night or something like that, or, whatever it is, and you just want something quick. I like the fact that they're bringing these type of options because going to the next piece of this whole conversation, you can still eat these type of foods and lose fat. All right, you can still have these type of foods in your diet and reach your body goals. And I'm going to explain exactly how you can do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, what I'm going to start off doing. You know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna pull up the. We're gonna deep dive into this. So this is a big question I get all the time, right? Like how can you actually still eat these type of foods and lose weight? And the thing is, you got to actually take a look at what you're actually eating, and then break it down into pieces. Okay. Now, before we go into that, take a look at, for example, the vegan restaurants. A lot of them are starting to be more conscious, and not just vegan restaurants, but restaurants in general. They're trying to be more conscious towards people that want to make healthy options and people that want to lose fat, people that got body goals, and they're starting to put their calories on. Let me come off the screen while I'm talking. Give me a sec. Let me do the full screen joint. A lot of restaurants are starting to put their calories on the menus online, right? They're starting to list out the foods that they have, the options, and they try to put like for example, let's just say it's a burger or something like that. They'll put like this burger is 780 calories right next to it, right? Now they're not doing the protein just yet. Once they do that, it'll be lit, but they're not really necessarily giving you the amount of protein. They're just giving you a rough estimate of the calories. And the reason why I say it's a rough estimate, it's never going to be 100% correct because you got to think about it. Their goal in restaurants, all restaurants' goal is to make food that tastes great, that gives you a great experience. So they're using oils and butters and things like that. And they're trying to make sure that the food is desirable. And they want you to come back, right? They want to make it taste really good so that you can come back and eat it. So they're not necessarily trying to optimize. Some of them are, but the majority of them aren't trying to optimize for your body goals, right? They want you to come back and eat it. But what you can do is look at their menu online and see the options that they do have that have the calories on there. And even if they do have the calories on there, I still always overestimate by 100 to 200 calories. So if there's, let's just say I'm having a burger and the menu says the burger is 800 calories, I'm already in my mind, I'm thinking it's about 1,000 calories or 1,050 calories because I rather overestimate and then plan the rest of my meals throughout that day around that number so that I'm not worried about it saying 800 calories, but it was really 1,100 calories or something like that, right? So that's one thing to keep in mind. Now, the majority of restaurants, they ain't got no calories online, all right? They ain't got, and not just restaurants, but like, fast food spots, places you can go that you can pick up little snacks and things like that. The packaged ones, they have the calories, but like sandwiches and, actual foods, tacos and stuff like that, there's no calories for those things. So let's just say I was picking up this sandwich from 7-Eleven. I'm out driving and such, and I just want to grab something quick. And I want to get an estimate of how many calories are in this actual food that I'm eating. This is what I would do. This is how I would handle that. I'm going to go back over here. And like I said, I'm going to break this down into what it actually is. So we see we got two English muffins right here, right? We got a top half and we got a bottom half. Then we have a just egg, what do you call it? I guess it's called like a flats. Let me see. It's up here somewhere. I just said it. It's like a. mung bean. Oh, okay. Let's just call it a folded just egg or whatever. And then you got an impossible sandwich or impossible burger patty, and then you got the Violife cheese. This is what I would do. Now, what I'm gonna show y'all is the pocket coach. All right, if this pops up for me, this is how we'll break it down. Not the pocket coach. I'm sorry. This is the coaching app. All right. So down here, the white icon, I'm going to pull that up, and this is the Built by Plants coaching app. All right. So this is the app that I use for all my clients. When I'm giving them their meal plans and their workout programs. This is actually my day for what I'm having. So let's just say I'm picking up that sandwich. This is what I would do. I will go here to my nutrition, and I will go ahead and start trying to build that sandwich on my food diary. So let's just say I'm gonna have that for lunch. I'm gonna tap right here on add, and I'm gonna type in English muffin, right? And then I'm gonna search it, and I'm gonna pull up an English muffin, and they have tons of different options up here, right, for different English muffins. Now, what I like to do is go for the one that's a little bit higher calories. I don't want to see this one says 100 calories, but like I said, it's better if your goal is weight loss, you're trying to lose fat. You always want to overestimate what it could possibly be, right? You don't want to say it's 100 calories, but it was really 200 calories because that's not going to be beneficial towards your goal. So what I would do, I would say, let's just roll with this. Let's roll with the 150. Let's say that English muffin is 150 calories, all right? And then we're gonna tap on add. Now we're also gonna go with the impossible patty, impossible breakfast. Let's see if that pops up. Okay, so we got an impossible sausage patty right there, but I'm gonna go with the actual impossible right here. All right, I'm gonna roll with this one, and this is the actual burger. This isn't the breakfast one. This is the burger one. But again, like I said, I want to overestimate, so I'm gonna say I had that. Then I'm gonna also type in the Violife. Okay, which one? These are the shreds. Let me see what else is up in here. And I'm gonna search, and then the slices. All right, so that's the Violife slice, and I'm gonna add that, and then just the just egg. Okay, we're gonna search that, fold it, perfect. The just egg folds, and again, I like to overestimate, so I'm gonna say 1.5, so that's 150 calories as opposed to 100, and I'm gonna add that. Now this is how I break that down. Y'all see this? So we got the English muffin, right? We got the patty right there, the impossible patty. We got the vegan slices or the vegan cheddar, whatever that is, from the Violife. And then we got the just eggs folded, the folded just eggs. And that's the whole sandwich right there. And now you can see mine says 600 calories with 34 grams of protein. Now, to be honest, this specific one here, if I go back, this one right here, this probably isn't 600 calories, right? This may be roughly about 450 calories. But since I'm actually eating out and I'm not sticking with my specific meal plan, or I'm not sticking with the foods I'm supposed to be eating, I'm going to overestimate so that I don't have to worry about over consuming my calories for the day. All right. If I'm going to have something that's outside of my meal plan, if I'm going to have something that's outside of what I'm supposed to be eating, I'm going to overestimate those calories so that I can stay on track and so that I know for a fact that I will still be in a deficit. And what I mean by that, if I go back here, you see that I have at the very top up here, I have 1,108 calories left for the day, right? So let's just say out of 1,708 calories, this specific sandwich was 600. Now I still have 1,100 more calories for the day, and I can build my meals around that, right? Now, like I mentioned, this is the Built by Plants coaching app. So, all the clients have meal plans. It's designed like this. So all you have to do is just check what you're eating and it'll add it to your meal plan for you. You don't have to go in and enter everything manually. That's the biggest difference between our app and MyFitnessPal and some of the other apps, as opposed to, obviously having everything designed for you and laid out. So let's just say I go ahead and eat my vegan mac and cheese for dinner, right? And then my strawberries for a snack, and I add that. I still have 185 calories left for that day, right? Now, I've eaten 1,523 out of 708, 1,708, and then I have 185 left over for the day. So, if the goal for losing fat is to be in a caloric deficit, I'm still under the total calories that I need for my goals, right? To lose fat. What do you think actually happens? Will I still lose fat just because I ate something that was not made at home and it was a restaurant for some restaurant food? Of course. Of course, you're still going to lose weight. Now, here's the thing. I don't recommend doing this like on a daily basis. I don't recommend trying to eat out specifically just because you know that you can lose weight while still eating the things that, that will help you stay in a deficit. I would try to at least wait until you get to the ideal weight that you want to be at, and then maybe start incorporating some of those foods. But it's not going to hurt you or damage your results. Now, the more that you can control your calories all the way around and know for sure for the exact amount of foods that you're taking in on a daily basis, the more you can eat at home, the more you can make your foods. One, you're going to save a whole bunch of money because you're not buying. I'm sure that sandwich is going to cost at least $7 at minimum. So you're not spending money on stuff that you can buy in bulk or buy more of and then have more food versus just one sandwich. But two, you know the exact amount of calories that are going into the foods that you're making, right? You know the exact amount of calories that are going into those meals. You don't have to guess. You can easily see, what you're taking in. So that's the main thing I want to touch on, as far as like how to actually go about picking a food or picking something that you want to have on the road and then still being able to track it. You're never going to be able to find the exact food that is. Let me go back over here. You're never going to be able to find this exact sandwich. Now, maybe you can, but I always recommend, even if you do have it, like even if 7-Eleven has a barcode on the wrapper or whatever, and you scan it and it says 450 calories, I still recommend overestimating because labels also are not 100% accurate, right? Just because it has a barcode scanner and it tells you the amount of calories, it's still not 100% accurate because you have to think every time that they make that food, they pack it, right? And it's never the same size. For example, like if you ever had a pack of, let's just say tortillas or something like that. Tortilla. Let's just say Mission Carb Balance. Okay, perfect example. Let's just say, let's roll with these right here. These are the ones I get from Walmart, right? Actually, I don't really get these specific ones as much no more because these are 70 calorie ones. I get the 45 calorie ones, but they're pretty much the same. They're just smaller. Now, this bag right here, all of these tortillas, do you think they're all the same exact size in here? Of course not. Some of them are a few more grams, some of them are lighter, some are bigger. Right here, you see, let me tap on this. One tortilla is 70 calories. But more specifically, one tortilla is 43 grams, right? That's the weight of one tortilla. Because if you just say one tortilla could be 50 grams, one tortilla can be 38 grams. They can all be off, which they are usually, right? But 43 grams of a tortilla is 70 calories, right? 50 grams of a tortilla may be, 75 calories or 74 calories or something like that. So you want to check. Now, I'm not saying you don't have to get into the weeds and try to make sure that every tortilla is the exact amount because it's just a few calories, right? But my goal here was to show you that calories and each of these food products do vary. Just because you scan that barcode right here on this food don't mean that you're taking in exactly 70 calories from one tortilla. It could be a little bit more. It can be a little bit less than 70. All right. Now, what do you think happens when you scan a barcode on a food product like this? It could be more calories. It can be less calories, right? So there's no such thing as being 100% accurate when it comes to tracking calories. And the question that someone may bring up in that situation is, well, why should I track my calories in general then if I know it's not going to be off? It's not about being 100% accurate. It's about at least knowing, having a good, you know, estimates or good guesstimates of how many calories you're taking in, and then tracking your progress, tracking your results, tracking the way that your body is changing week to week, month to month, and then knowing how to make adjustments, knowing if you should decrease your calories a little bit more, or if you should stay at the same calories because you're losing weight, and so on and so forth, right? So it's all about just having a good understanding of what you're taking in and just getting used to that, right? And you don't learn these things by not tracking your calories, right? I learned how to do this, how to eat these type of foods and still lose weight by tracking my calories and knowing that, oh, well, I can just substitute this um, egg or English muffin, right? By tracking it on my Built by Plants app. I can just find a substitute cheese that resembles this, even though it's Violife. I can just find the cheese. I can find the Impossible, the Just Egg, and enter those items individually so that I can still come up with a calorie range that this might be in. And then I know if I can fit this into my diet or not for that day, right? So it's all about being crafty. You learn this stuff when you're going through these phases of tracking, right? And that's what we teach within our coaching program. We teach you how to go about actually making good decisions, but also how to, go with the flow, so to speak, if you're in a position to where you can't access foods that you made from home, right? If you're in a position where you are hungry and you do need to buy something while you're out, how to not ruin your progress, but stay on track, right? And then the next day get back on track. So, with your normal eating and such. So, I just thought that was really beneficial. If y'all like this type of information, please drop in the comments below because I would love to keep deep diving into these type of videos. If you all want it, I'm not gonna do them if y'all don't want them. If y'all don't let me know that y'all want them, so I just thought that this was pretty interesting. That these places that we've been going to for years, 7-Eleven and all the other fast food restaurants and chains and things like that are starting to be more plant-based friendly, right? More vegan friendly, where they're having options for everybody. That's a win in my book. I remember actually when Starbucks released their what was it? They had like this vegan sandwich, like a plant-based vegan sandwich that was so good. It was so good, and they actually stopped it. And like when we came down, actually it was when we first moved down here to Dallas. They had it for like about a week or something, or maybe 2 weeks. I went there and got that thing every morning. I ain't gonna lie. Now, don't get me wrong, it was only like 3 mornings, but it was so good. It was fire. And then I went there one day. I was like, let me get the plant based, breakfast sandwich. Sorry, sir, we out of that. I'm like, what? Come again? We don't sell it anymore. Like, did y'all just run out? The next one sell it? Like, nah, it's not offered anymore. Like, how? How does that not offer? It was so good. I was heartbroken for about 30 minutes or so. But yeah, man, I'm just glad that they're bringing up more options. But I also want you all to know to get the insight in the game on how you can eat these type of foods without falling on track or falling off track with your diet, right? Without completely ruining your progress. Because sometimes, if you don't have this type of information, you would think that having this food, right, having this sandwich would ruin your progress for the day. If you go there to 7-Eleven and you buy this and you eat it, you're like, man, I don't messed up, right? I don't messed up. Well, I guess I might as well go ahead and have something for dinner that I want to since I messed up today. Not knowing that the same thing, if you take the same approach that we just did over here, right? If you come over here and add it into if you track it, you'll know that it was only 600 calories, right? And you got 1,700 for the day. So now you're going to go out and have some cake, some ice cream, because you don't messed up, in your mind, you messed up for the day. And then that turns into a horrible day. And then that turns into the next day being bad. And then before you know it, you're like, I'll start again on Monday. And then Monday never comes, right? So it's always good to have the game and the insight on how you can actually make these adjustments so you can still reach your goals, right? You can still lose fat while eating fast food, even though I'm not recommending that you eat fast food to lose fat. I'm not recommending that you make these type of decisions because, like I mentioned, you're gonna spend more money. All right, it's not as good for you because they're using oils and butters and things like that that you can control if you were to do it yourself. And then 3 is it's not good practice. You want to get into the habit of eating more foods that you make. Right now, if it's a weekend, whatever, you want to have something fun or whatever, and you want to enjoy yourself. I'm definitely not the person that's going to say no. You can't eat this. You can't eat that. You know what I mean? Like, it's fair game. Just don't make that the majority of your diet, right? Let the at least 80% of your diet be from your whole plant foods, right? You get in all your leafy greens, your vegetables, all those good things. You get in your proteins, you get you some grains, potatoes, rice, all that good stuff, right? And then from there, once you're getting in the bulk of your vitamins and your minerals, if you do want to have something that will make you feel like you're, you know, um, balanced more so, and that's going to set you up so that you're not, building up a temptation and mess around and binge, why not, right? One, there's no such thing as a, a bad burger that ruined your whole diet that made you gain 20 pounds, right? The same way you won't lose 20 pounds by eating one salad, one, pizza ain't gonna make you gain 20 pounds and ruin your whole diet, right? It's about doing the right thing the majority of the time. So hopefully this was helpful. I hope this at least helped one person. Make sure that y'all share this, okay? If y'all like this type of video, comment below that you all like these videos, and I'll keep breaking down these, restaurants and different case studies and different things that I find online. If y'all don't like them, say that as well. Not one waste of time to do it. Okay. But let me know what y'all think. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to tap into BBP Subs to get your daily supplements. I got my protein powder over here. My protein powder. my protein shake over here. This is vanilla ice cream with chocolate frosty mix with a banana and some almond milk. Super fried just like that. You can obviously make it better. You add some peanut butter, add some oats in there if you want to. You can get creative, some walnuts and stuff like that. Go ahead and hook it up. All right, so bbpsubs.com. Y'all can use the checkout code BBP10 to save 10% at checkout. BuiltByPlantsCoaching.com for coaching. You need assistance with reaching your body goals. You need some guidance. You need to be in a part of a community that's going to help support you and push you towards your goals. And I'd love to be able to work with you all, help you all make some serious progress. Until then, we out. Peace.